Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to start the show. Would you please put your hands together for your host and compere for the evening, Mr. James Nolan!
Thank you. Hello! Hello, good evening, County. Can I get a cheer? Can I get a cheer, County Comedy Club? Come on, week 8, go on! Yeah, every other week sort of had a theme surrounding it this term, some week, because it's always coincided with a holiday, in some sense. And today it coincides with Thanksgiving. A topic I know nothing about. So I went online and I looked up a few facts about it. One amazing fact I found out. Did you know that the president has the right to pardon a turkey on Thanksgiving? Genuinely true. Barack Obama, apparently at some point today, has been sat in the Oval Office. A turkey has been presented to him and he's gone, that turkey can live. And now it's off somewhere, roaming around a farm for the rest of its life, living free. No, that's a nice thought, but that does mean there's a farm out there somewhere with just a lot of old turkeys on it. Which was just like an old, I can't imagine how that would be. I was saved from the pot, you know. Did you meet the president? We all met the president, that's why we're here. Oh, who are you again? But yeah, Thanksgiving, the main reason behind the holiday is it's sort of like celebrating the harvest of the year. Apparently, it's sort of like very similar to what we have Harvest Festival, which let's be honest, just shit. Because all it is, if you've been to an English primary school before, you get to bring in like whatever your mum doesn't want in the cupboard and pass it on to all people. So sort of like, oh, I don't want these cup of soups. You may as well take them. Oh, thanks, the old people love cup of soups. And it's just an old man somewhere, so that gets a food glass, and it's just to the brim. With cup of soup. It'd be great if you had a kettle. But yeah, that got me thinking about sort of like charitable deeds and whatnot. Has anyone done anything quite good for charity? Who, sir? Tell me your name. Adam. Hello, Adam. Have you done anything good or like amazing for charity?
Yeah, I raised some money for an orphanage in Morocco when I went out there. Yeah.
You went out to Morocco? What, just like with your course or?
GB.
Duke of Edinburgh? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did you complete your Duke of Edinburgh?
Yes, I did.
You did? Have you been to the palace?
Yes, I did.
Who did you meet?
Brisbane.
You met Prince? I did as well. Yeah, what did he Yeah, what did he say to you?
Can't remember. It's been a long time talking to us because you know it's like a whole for like Northwest people.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, hey, you do like church, you know, and they donate. You used to donate, so they donate. So we said Morocco. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. We sort of did that, and so how did you? Yours was my big district. Yeah, he just went. Left us. He wished us a Merry Christmas though. That was the weirdest part of that. Prince Philip wished us a Merry Christmas in the middle of July. Obviously, yeah, loving life. He can do what he wants, really. He is married to the Queen. Anyone else? Have you got any? You know, Maddie. What's your name, sorry? Becky. Becky, have you done anything great for charity? You've given who to? Main Have you? A very giving woman.
What is it?
The race for life. The running for. I should just rename that now. If you're watching cancer research, get it done. Brilliant. Yeah, as many of you will have probably noticed, I'm doing something for charity at the moment. Try and guess. It's not obvious. Yeah. And Movember, I mean, the problem with Movember I have, it's a good, really good cause. I mean, it does help a lot of men in Britain. But as much as it's now ingrained in the public consciousness, for some reason when it gets to November, everyone seems to forget it's happening. Because I walk down the street and I get glances at me that must be very similar to the expressions that Victorian explorers gave when they saw a rhinoceros for the first time. There's people in complete bewilderment. So sort of like, you're 20 and you decided to grow that. So, yes, I'm doing it for child. Because is there an age? Does anyone think there's an age where it's acceptable to have a moustache? No, thank you. Gentleman agreeing very with his floppy hair. Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah, are you doing Movember? Or has it just got out of control?
I'm just beady.
You're just bearded. Is that how you describe yourself? Or?
If you want me to.
Cool. Do you want to be bearded?
If you want me to.
I'll find bearded. I'll come back to you. But yeah, we've got some great acts coming up for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to go through a few rules though before we get the first act on. If you can all turn off your mobile phones, please. Or I will answer it and pass it around the audience, and everyone has to say a word, it's sort of like a Chinese whisper. Also as well, if you do want to use the toilet or anything, please use the door at the side, because as you've just heard, that door makes an immense racket. What the hell is that? Have you kidnapped someone? What is it? Vote Georgie. Well, there you go, everyone, vote Georgie. Your campaign's working. Yeah, so please don't use that though, it makes a massive racket and it shows up on the camera. Also as well, please don't knock the camera as you go past it, because you will be asked to reenact this word for word if we lose the material. And also as well, please don't speak to the acts when they're on stage. That's what I'm here for, believe me. So yeah, so we got our first act on there. Give me a cheer! Make a cheer! Start clapping. Please welcome to the stage our first act of the evening, Mr. Mateusz Jurczyński!
Hello. So, first, let's get a couple of things out of the way. My name is Mateusz Jurczyński. I am Polish. I study mathematics, and I do apologize for all of these things. Most of them are not of my choice. And you see, I've had a bit of a problem with this stand-up tonight, because the first rule of comedy is familiarity. You have to be familiar with what I'm talking about, you know, to make jokes about it. So I come from a country you know nothing about, with a name you can't pronounce, and I study something you don't want to hear about, trust me. So there is basically only one thing I can do, and for the next couple of minutes I thought I will just say a couple of words about what a fucked up nation you are. So buckle up. But first of all, I have to say, you've all been very welcoming to me in UK. I mean, it's been lovely, everyone is very lovely to me, and I chalk it up to what I call the conqueror's guilt. Because you see, across history, England has conquered more or less everybody. And obviously, conquerors do horrible, horrible things to the conquered, right? So now we feel guilty about it. Now your leading philosophy is accept everybody. Let's make everyone feel very welcome. I am very sorry my grand-granddad presumably murdered your grand-granddad in some sort of a futile war effort a couple of generations ago. But please come to our country, we promise we shall not hate you. Non-offending is basically the new fashion. But as much as you are all on this anti-discrimination train, there is one thing that you keep discriminating against. Speedos. It's not good for a young straight male to wear them anymore! I have witnessed a freak out of a British person that my underwear drawer does not consist solely of boxers. And I ask, what the fuck is up with that? Why would anyone care what I cover my balls with? Like, oh no, darling, no, you can't wear those speedos, you look like an old man. How does a couple of square centimeters of ball cover fabric make the difference between me being young and a geriatric? This just doesn't make sense. I mean, you all know the saying, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Well, we can extend it to don't look a trousered man in the pants. The important part is that the balls are covered. And there are trousers on top of it. So really, there is no problem there. But, yeah. Another thing I really struggle with here is the accents. Like, why do you have more accents than USA in a country smaller than Ecuador? Like what's the deal with that? Like, did someone just move from their home city and they were like, yeah, I need a way of distinguishing myself from my old mates, so I could either obtain higher education and bring some good to the world, or I could say bus instead of bus. Oh, did you just take like teenage rebellions way too seriously in the past? I hate you, Dad, I'm gonna speak differently than you! And it makes no sense whatsoever to me, because like, you know, one reason I think you might have for this whole accent bit is that English is the language of the world. We can all agree on that, right? Like, this is a good thing about you, so you don't have to learn foreign languages. So instead of learning other languages, you play around with yours. Until it hurts. And you know, with other things, usually people get done with playing with their stuff to the point of soreness when they reach adolescence. You know, they get their release and they're done. But there is no such thing as a release when it comes to language now, does it? Is there? Nah. No one sits with a dictionary going, oh yes baby, pronounce it governor, pronounce it number, oh yes, pronunciation! That never happens. So really, to obtain a linguistical release, what you would need is a very cunning linguist. I do apologize. But yeah, but if you think about it, this whole accent bit does make a tiny bit of sense if you think that Britain has literally conquered all but 22 countries in the world. Conquered or invaded across history. It is quite impressive. I mean, you know, hooray for horrible war crimes and everything. But it makes you think. Because, first of all, the fact that you're here means that your ancestors had a choice of settling down basically anywhere in the world. And they decided to settle on a small island on the west of Europe with the shittest weather imaginable. Well fucking done! And, you know, you also had the unique opportunity of enforcing your standard of life anywhere you wanted. You know, you could make the British way the way that the world works on. So you're the only country of Europe with different electrical sockets, side of the road you're driving on, and milk in your tea, rather. I mean, that's just a wasted opportunity, isn't that? And also, you haven't conquered 22 countries. What's wrong with those 22 countries? Like, what is up with them? Like, one of those countries is Marshall Islands, which is a couple of islands at the Eastern Hemisphere, which obtained independence in 1986. So up to 1985, you've conquered all but 21 countries across the world. And everyone in Buckingham Palace were like, yeah, blackjack, motherfucking 21! The Queen breakdancing in the throne room, getting freaky. And then someone came and was like, Queen, yeah, so like a couple of islands on the Eastern Hemisphere declared independence. No! And you know, that's how wars get started, like, you know, just saying. But, okay, so Britain has conquered more or less everybody. Poland is basically the polar opposite of that. We haven't been conquered by everybody, but we have been conquered every time there's a major European conflict. Like, I get confused with a Russian person enough to know that for you the difference between Poland and an ex-CCP republic is hazy at best. But there are a couple of differences between Poland and Russia. Russian people need visas to come to UK, Polish people don't. Poland is in the European Union, Russia invaded Ukraine. These are tiny differences, but they do matter. But you know, because of it all, like, we Polish people are not exactly very good at this whole we're an independent country malarkey, because we recently had elections for, like, you know, mayor, city council, this sort of stuff. And one of the Polish cities, that election got fixed so badly, they elected a mayor that wasn't even on the voting list to begin with. That's fucking badass. Even Vladimir Putin put himself on the voting list before he gave himself the 140% votes. And you know, like, when you get more badass than a bear wrestling judo champion Russian president, then like Chuck Norris would like to have a word with you. You know what I mean? And you know, at this point in this set, I have insulted the country I'm staying in, the country I'm from, and Russia. So maybe let's move on to a safer topic that won't get special forces on me by the end of the evening. Safe topic. Puppies. Puppies are nice. Let's talk about one puppy, one dog, one adult dog. It used to be a puppy. All dogs used to be puppies, if you think about it. So my parents have a Labrador, right? This is the kind of this dog that loves everything unconditionally. And we hate each other to bits. I am the only member of the family that dog is not happy to see. Like, I enter the house and there it is, laying in the hall, as if it was his hole. And we just look at each other. And my eyes speak volumes. They're like, I don't like you, but I tolerate you. Stay out of my way and it doesn't have to get ugly. And his eyes? Do you know what his eyes say? Nothing. Because it's a fucking dog! If its eyes were capable of transmitting complex ideas, we would sell it to a circus and make billions! But yet, in this war that we have between us, there is an obvious asymmetry. Because, for example, that dog peed in my travel suitcase once. I couldn't shit on him in retaliation. My parents were against it. It's just I am outmatched at every step. And also that dog fellates itself every day. And it's still considered cute. You enter a room and there it is, munching on its balls. Like taunting every male human being with this dream-like ability. And he's still considered the cutest dog ever. I masturbate once on a lecture and I have to leave Poland. I mean, that is a fucking double standard. That's the same double standard that makes you discriminate speedos and that made you never invade Luxembourg, even though you invaded Netherlands and Belgium. That's just impolite. This is discrimination. I am sick of you. If you want to cure discrimination, this is what you should start with. I've been Mateusz Jurczyński. Dziękuję bardzo.
Mateusz Jurczyński, everybody give a big cheer! Yeah, I think the moustache has had a big impact on my psyche as well. Mainly for the fact it's made me have I'm blaming it on the moustache, but they are very, very weird dreams I'm having. I mean, this whole night, I was going to have about when I won 20 quid on the lottery the other week. I had a really bad dream on Monday. It's all that now, so wait for that one to come out. But has anyone else ever had a very weird sort of dream before? Hello, sir. Yeah. Have you had it? What's your name?
Stephen, you know James.
For the benefits of this gig, I don't. Alright, okay. Have you had any strange dreams before? Or like one that sticks out?
Yeah.
Please elaborate. Where were you in this dream? What were you doing?
Running up the sky.
You were running up the sky.
Yeah.
So the sky had become something you could stand on. Or
Yeah.
like stairs, and you were running up it.
And houses were floating in the sky.
Houses.
And everyone was naked in bathtubs. Except me.
Are you sure you weren't with in the bath?
No. Maybe.
Fair enough. Pick it up.
5.
Hello, sir. Let's skip that. Your name is?
Jake.
Jake. Have you had any sort of like dream that's weird and stands out?
Not what I can remember. I've always said I can't remember my dreams.
Fair enough.
It's certainly unhelpful for comedy.
Thank you. That's any psychologists believe forgetting dreams isn't bad for comedy. Get that written down. A study. Who else can we go to? This lady here. Hello. Have you had any dreams that stick out, sort of like really strange ones? No one remembers. Has anyone got a dream that's like a very, very... Here to save me, Mr. Marshall. Yes. Go ahead.
I've told many people about this dream so they can corroborate that it's authentic. I've had this dream where I'm a paperweight wooden cube on a desk. Which is features except for my face on the sort of the front facing face of the cube. And then there's like someone opens a window and there's a gust of wind and I fall flat on my face like that on the table. But then I don't wake up for ages, I just like stare at wood for a while. And I just really get to observe patterns of the knots of me. I wake up eventually, that's the dream.
So your dream is just wood.
It's so
Very good. Do you think there's any specific reason behind that particular dream? That, like, if you were to write a dream diary, what would you think you'd put in it?
I would probably say that my life's too exciting for all these scrubs. I need my dreams to calm me down, not inspire me, that's all.
Wise words. Anyone else got one that sort of stands out as a particular? This has turned into very much sort of like a, I don't know, I feel like a spiritualist or something. It's very strong over here. You there, man in the stripy jumper. What's your name, sir?
Patrick.
Patrick. Have you had any dreams, sort of like ones that stick out?
I don't remember my dreams now, but I used to when I was a kid.
Have you got one from your childhood, maybe?
Yeah. The earliest I can remember is when everything was yellow.
Right.
And now a postman acts like a giant nose takes his entire face. Or someone like that chasing me with tiny opera glasses.
I'd love to shake hands with your imagination. Do you think there's any meaning behind that, or just...
If there is, it's beyond my grasp.
Were you afraid of Postman Pat as a child, or the colour yellow?
No really psychoses of anything that you can possibly attribute to it.
Right. Well, we're going to attempt to. Before we go on, my dream that I had on Monday, which made me do this bit really, was I don't really tend to have strange dreams. They all seem to have like a very sort of like mundane beat. I might be like driving somewhere or walking down the street or something. This one though, me and my moustache had gone for a meal. We'd gone for a meal at Downton Abbey. This is the best bit. We all sat around the table having a proper sort of like banquet. For a moment, like in a dream, you do think you're actually there. And all of a sudden, Carson, if you've never seen Downton Abbey before, he's the butler fella. He walked in and he went, "I'm sorry, my lord, the bailiff's here." And everything got cleared out of the house, right? I wasn't even a family member, but I ended up living in an alleyway with them. Right? I watched Hugh Bonneville eat out of a bin. That's what my imagination's capable of. Is anything, probably an easy fix to this, yeah. Peter Capaldi turned up. Not even as Doctor Who, just Peter Capaldi himself. And gave him a cheque for £7 million. At that point I woke up. So what I really want to do is, I'm going to have a vote now. I want a vote between either Jack's Paperweight Man, or, what was your name again, sorry? Patrick, or Patrick's Postman Pat turns yellow. So can we have a clap for Paperweight Man? Can we have a clap for Postman Pat turns yellow? I'll see where this is going. Okay, so I'm going to bring on my next act. Can I have a clap for those as well? Okay, let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our next act, Mr. Ed Colley.
Good start. Right, hi guys. How are we doing? We good? Good. Right, something I wanted to ask is, did anybody get that feeling as a kid where they thought they were adopted? Because I did, and it really bugged me for a while, so I decided to go up and ask my parents about it. So, you know, I went up to them, I said, "Look, Dad? 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 Mr. Cowboy? Mr. Policeman? Man dressed as Native American? You know, am I your son?" And they said, "No, this is a YMCA. What are you doing here?" Alright, but don't get the wrong idea. We're actually practicing for a talent competition as the village people. We don't live our lives dressed as this. Okay, I said. Well, how's it going? Right, young man. Yes. That's as far as we've got. It's not far, is it? It's also, it's not very melodic. Well, we're actually doing a William Shatner cover, so that was my childhood. But yeah, that's, you know, we live and we learn. And that's what I'd like to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to see some laughing and some learning, which, you know, it makes a change from my normal routine of crying and trying to forget. But what I've got to sort of start us off is I've got some facts, some educational facts with me that I'd like to share with you. Right? They're reliable. I'm at least 99% sure. I got them off Bing. But my aims with these is they're about alcohol, and I'd like you to sort of take them to heart and sort of bear them in mind, right? So, fact number 1. It's a liquid at room temperature, right? Bear that in mind. That is a serious fact, right? If it wasn't, then physics is broken. All right. Fact number 2. It's the preferred beverage of alcoholics. Right? Fact number 3. Alcoholics are normally found at room temperature. So from this, we can see a clear correlation between alcoholics and liquids. That's the educational facts section done. Alright, that's the thing, is I want there to be like lots of learning. So what I've done is I've actually got a little story to tell you guys, right? And what I've done is I've hidden like a little moral in there, right? But it's quite subtle, so I don't want you guys to miss it, right? So when it gets to like the message I'm trying to convey, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like tap the top of the mic stand, right? So pay attention, you don't want to miss it. Right, I've got a friend here who lives in a glass house, right? Lives in a glass house, right? It's not double glazed. Think of the energy bills. It's not good for winter. Right, okay, yeah, that's what it's like. And I'll tell you what, you got it in the summer, you got it this summer, yeah? You got it this summer. But you should have really waited for the financial market to stabilise, because it's not a good time to invest in property. Right, yeah, so that's what he did, yeah. I'll tell you what, he hasn't realised he's not getting any privacy, right? Because, we sat around in his pants watching Iron Man 2, yeah, the neighbours can see him. Say if he wants to have a party or, like, smoke a little weed, the police can see him, because the house is glass. And you know what they say, don't you? People in glass houses shouldn't get stoned. Didn't mean to attack you with the mic stand, so I just wanted to make that point clear. Right. I've also prepared something that I'd like to share with you guys. I've invented a phrase, which I think is quite cool. I've invented a phrase I want to share with you guys, so then it can pass into the common lexicon, right? And it's the phrase, shit on my chips. We'll all be saying someday, shit on my chips, you heard it here first, right? It's kind of like, don't rain on my parade, and don't piss on my bonfire. But the thing is, those two can be misconstrued, right? Because don't rain on my parade, that implies you are stood there trying to reason with clouds, right? Or alternatively, you're trying to you're at least arguing with a god of some description. Or perhaps just Storm from the X-Men. This isn't a moral now, it's just what I do. Alright? And the thing is, it's a lot closer to piss on my bonfire, right? Because you've got your nice thing here, you've got your bonfire chip thing, and then you've got your bodily functions here, and you don't want them to join. That's just a simple fact of having nice things. But the problem with piss on my bonfire as a phrase is that it's quite niche, isn't it? So, say you've got this bonfire, yeah? It implies that there's this second character who is livid with the fact that you had the audacity to build a bonfire in the first place. He's at it again, night after night. Bonfires, bonfires, bonfires. But for some reason, not on Guy Fawkes Day, the one socially acceptable bonfire night. What even is a Cavalier sympathiser? Well, I'll show him. I'll show him the Roundhead Fury. I'm pretty dehydrated, alright? Round 2, motherfucker! But see, that's the thing, is this whole situation could be misconstrued, right? Because what if the fire is in fact getting out of hand? In that case then, you don't have a bonfire naysayer, you just have a really inappropriate fireman. Stand back, citizens. I had soup for lunch. That's the thing, shit on my chips, it can't be misconstrued, right? Because everyone loves chips. Nobody particularly likes shit. Like, the only people who could possibly misconstrue it are like, I don't know, over-enthusiastic sewage workers on a lunch break. I don't care about them because they're a bunch of shit stirrers. Yeah, they won't shit on my chips. Again. That's the thing, it's such a clear phrase, shit on my chips. I don't know, say for example, you're in a chip shop, and you go in, you ask for some chips, and the guy goes, oh, I'm sorry, we've just run out. He goes, oh, I was really hungry, mate. Come on, don't shit on my chips. So, we have a hygiene rating of 4 here. That is just a malicious rumour that has been spreading for too long. Alright, or say if, like, I don't know, it's like a sad situation, say you're going through a breakup, you can use shit on my chips to alleviate the tension. Alright, I'm sorry, it's me, it's not you. Look, we're just not working together, okay? It's over. But we had something so good. Please, don't shit on my chips. I told you when we met in the chip shop, I am a very hygienic man. This is why I'm leaving you. Right? I'll say when you guys go home for Christmas, right? What you'll do on the special Christmas day is you'll go downstairs and you'll unwrap your chips that you've left under your tree. And then Santa comes in, doesn't he? He comes in and he says, give me those chips. And then he goes to the toilet, doesn't he? And you can use the phrase, don't shit on my chips, to ease the pain of the fact that Christmas is ruined. But we live and we learn, don't we, gentlemen? And ladies and gentlemen? Alright, there's no word of that. Right, that was a smooth ending, because I said the word gentlemen, but I'm going to leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been lovely. I've been Colley, thank you, good night.
So one more time for Mr. Ed Colley! Okay, so we're going to have a 20-minute break in a moment, but what I want you to do over this break is to help add to my dream diary. So, it's not going to be published, don't worry. It's just on camera. So what I want you to do is try and provide some meaning behind my own dream and that of Patrick, which we found earlier. Now, we're going to have some paper cups, well, not paper cups, we're going to have some cups with paper in and some pens. So, the cup on this side, please put meanings for my dream in there. Cup on that side for Patrick's, please. And yeah, so just a reminder, Patrick, what was your dream about?
Everything was yellow. It was being chased by someone with giant nose like open and tiny opera glasses. Around the nose.
So Postman Pat wearing tiny opera glasses.
You know the little glasses on the stick? It sort of defined space and time to fit round the giant nose and stick next to the
It's just getting better. So yeah, Postman Pat's gone to the opera and he's chasing Patrick and he's all yellow. And mine, of course, my trip down Downton Alley. So yeah, please come up, get some answers, have a 20-minute break, we'll see you back here around 9 o'clock. So yeah, go get a drink, thank you very much, and see you later!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage your host and compere for the evening, Mr. James Nolan!
That was a good high five.
That was the best one I've ever had.
I'll remember that forever. Yeah, so how are we all? We've got drinks, all fed up, good. Yeah, so let's have a vote. Whose dream diary shall we delve into first? Shall we go into Patrick's first? Great. Or mine first? Christ. So, just to remind you all, my dream was that I went to Downton Abbey and shit went down. So let's see a few of these. What could my dream mean? Already good. Downton Abbey is the feeling of disconnection from your long lost father. Nothing to say to that. Downton Abbey just got interesting again. For anyone who's seen Downton Abbey, that's a false statement. It doesn't get interesting, it just stays on a level. Never gets anything more than that. I think World War I was the only bit where it sort of like had anything happening in it. And apart from that, they are all going to pie. Pie. Oh, die! Because I was happy with pie. Just like they all sat in the alleyway and just all turned into pie. That's it. Peter Capaldi is a charitable man. Possibly. The dream means that Postman Pat is your spirit animal. I think that's one of yours. Although it could be mine. You never know. The world does move in mysterious ways. See this one? I once sleepwalked into my closet but dreamt I was being attacked by the Cookie Monster. Is that someone else's dream? Whose dream was that? Hands up. If you walked into a closet and the Cookie Monster was... No? So it seems the Invisible Man has been putting things in the cup for us. Oh, fair enough. Let's have a couple more. Eating out of beans is inevitable fate. So obviously a reference there to Hugh Bonneville. Yeah. Is that just a prediction for the future that the new Paddington Bear film isn't going to be as good as everyone thinks? The cast is just eating out of bins. It's Hugh Bonneville begging for marmalade. One. Oh, this is someone else's other dream. God. I used to be afraid of the dark, so I had a nightmare of me sitting in bed, trying to sleep while sleeping. It's like a sleep within a sleep. So I think when you've got to the point of dreaming about yourself trying to sleep while you're asleep, just get some rest. So a couple more. Two left. Maths. The table represents sadness. Oh no, this is one of... where's he gone? Oh, he's there. Jack, this is for you. The table represents sadness. The wooden paperweight represents sadness. You represent sadness. Sorry. I think we deserve a hug after that. Come on. I'm sorry. We're not that good friends. One more then. This is about, for me, this is exercise. As good as it gets. Someone is, I don't know, is this a haiku? You are worried that your student debt will be collected all at once, and you will be left with crippling debt, crispy avocado pyjamas. Just confirm. Please read that last bit. It does say crispy avocado pyjamas. Great. To be honest, if someone did come and collect all my student debt at once and I was just left with crispy avocado pyjamas, I'd be over the moon. Because one, I want to know how he's fashioned avocado into pyjamas. Brilliant. Shall we get our next act on? Because that went to places. Yeah, please welcome to the stage then, your next act for the evening. Let's get some cheering going. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Michael Dodds.
Hey, hello. Hello, thank you for that very abrupt cut-off. Who can tell... Whoa! Off to a flying start. Who can tell me what day it is today? Not Thanksgiving. No, not Thanksgiving. Not Thursday, you intrepid fellow. You should be where I am now. No, today is the official Lancashire Day. Can we get a massive cheer for that? Give us a cheer if you're from Lancashire.
Yeah!
Lancashire, sure you are, sure. Give us a cheer if you're from Lancashire.
Yeah!
Give us a cheer if you're not.
Yeah!
Leave. This is not your day. This is not. By the
the way, mate, do you want to come and sit with your friends
Yeah,
again?
can I actually...
It's your treat as a Lancashireman. Or a Lancasterite. That's alright, that was very brave. Lancashire Day, I'm going to do that a lot, just a warning. It's my 14th favourite day of the year. It's my 20th favourite day of the year that's county specific. Does that make mathematical sense? Who cares? It's Lancashire Day. It's a special treat. It being Lancashire Day, I wrote this set today, so I'm going to be doing this a lot as well. Now, Lancashire Day, of course, is a day when we celebrate all the good things about Lancashire. Such as... Sir, what's your favourite thing about Lancashire? God, he lives here. Fucking loves it.
The live music in town?
The live music in town, that's a good one. All the times in Lancashire, I'm sure. Just Lancaster. There are other times in Lancashire. The live music there is lovely as well. Have you heard Dodds band in Preston? Miss, are you from Lancashire? You should be, it's fucking brilliant. What's your favourite thing about Lancashire? Cheap pints. Cheap pints? There's much better things about Lancashire than cheap pints, he said, struggling to think of a joke. Sir, what's your favourite thing about Lancashire? Lancashire cheese, which you can get in all supermarkets across the UK, which is even in fucking Northern Ireland, which is just an indication of how good it is. And we'll do one more. Miss, oh yeah, I don't think anyone spoke to you this evening. Any of the comics, I'm sure other people have. Your friends are just shouting at you or something. It is Lancashire Day, you know. A day of, I don't know, great hatred. What's your favourite thing about Lancashire? Taken aback, just so moved by the occasion it is today. Her! Oh, that's really nice. She's no god though, is she really? She's clearly trying, but she's not god. So yeah, so my favourite thing about Lancashire, you know that like great feeling you get? That great Lancashire feeling? When you like step outside in the morning, and it's like raining, it's windy, and you start to feel the chill that claimed your father. And it just really gets into your lungs, and you feel that good, like first, that really good first cough of the morning. And you cough up all the moisture that's been in your lungs for the night. And that's the spirit of Lancashire, I think. Anyways, it's the best thing about this little island. Love. Lancashire should be an island. It should be like separated from the rest of this awful country. It's just so fucking beautiful. It's got some day. Hashtag love Lancashire. Hashtag never forget. So I'd like everyone to raise their glasses. Their official Lancaster glasses, I'm sure, or Lancashire glasses. I'm sure you got them delivered from Her Majesty. And repeat after me, please, the Lancashire toast. Lancashire, Lancashire, what can I say?
Lancashire, Lancashire, what can I say?
I'd live somewhere else, but I can't run away. Cheers everyone, happy Lancashire Day. The best day of the year. The 14th best day of the year. What other day is it today? It was talked about by James earlier. It's Thanksgiving, isn't it? Thanksgiving is also a deeply symbolic day. Also, obviously very important to... do we have any Americans in tonight? Well, no, because it's Lancashire. It's a day when the Pilgrims first sat down and broke bread with the Native Americans and really just sort of settled their differences in agreement over just how great Lancashire is. And how much they missed it. American Indians included, because, you know, they'd seen it in visions, because it is paradise. It's Lancashire. It's the best place there is. Anyone from Yorkshire in tonight?
Yeah.
Give us a big cheer.
Yeah.
You can hear the shame, you can hear it Right, Lancashire folk, 1485, War of the Roses champions. Ain't gonna be no rematch, York. That belt's for the Lancastrians. You want it back? Start another war you can't win. Unfortunate. But of course, no, I'm not from Lancashire, unfortunately. It is my greatest sin. Nor am I even from this country. I'm actually from a place far, far away. A place that's not Lancashire. It's Belfast. Why did that get a laugh? That's just a fact. It's like, Belfast is not in Lancashire. Fuck, this is easy. Like, Jesus. So yeah. So I've lived here since 2011. You know, so how many years that is, I don't know. It's just all blended into one, like, blissful blur of Lancashire. Sorry, it's the cough. It's the cold it's coming from. So yeah, just stall as I remember my next bit. So yeah, yeah, I'm from Belfast. I've lived here a while, and there's one thing I've noticed about the English, is that you guys like really, I had no idea about this before I moved here, it's this north-south divide you guys have. It's fucking beautiful, like, it's absolutely brilliant. Like, people from the north, they all like, oh, you know, I like drilling and pies and drilling for pies. In the pie mines, that was my understanding of the whole conflict. And people from the south be all, you know, oh well, I like baking programs on television, taking my children to ballet, art galleries, and rabbits. People from the, anyone from the south? Do you like rabbits?
Yeah.
Well, it's two against one, mate. Fox. Get out of Lancashire. Anyway, and you know, like, you have this north-south divide, and it's like, oh, you know, drills, rabbits. Oh, we don't really get on, do we? No. Ha ha ha. It's cute. It's real fucking cute. You know, like, oh, you know, we don't really get some. They're thinking about maybe building a railroad or something up north, and we're like, oh, you should, but of course those southerners never listen to us, you know. It's cute. It's cute. It's okay, guys, you can laugh from there. Anyway, it's like, whenever I hear this debate, which I always hear for some reason, what a tea cake is, like whether or not it's like I think it's like a bun with like raisins in it, or whether it's not like a toasted bread that you put meat in, or whether it's not. It might just be a lie that we tell the elderly in their homes. And you know, every time I hear this debate, I think to myself, yeah, fuck, you know what this needs? You know what this needs to resolve itself? This needs a like incredibly tense and highly spun judicial inquiry 20 years in the future. The resolution of which will be like, yes, it is a raisin thing, and perhaps they were not authorised to use lethal force at the time. I may be mixing up my facts a little here. Just let me check my cheat sheet. That was subtle, wasn't it? Does England even have a north? Let's be honest about it. Like, think about it, right? Okay. I think England has a north in the same way that like a pizza on the ground technically has a north, in that it has a part which is kind of pointing north more than the rest of it, but still ultimately the same fucking pizza. You can hear a pin drop in the tension as angry Northernmen prepare to sacrifice me and burn me to the stake for being a sacrilegious Irish prick. Anyway, so I want to finish on this, tell you a little bit, because I've sort of hinted to the troubles. Ooh. Sort of hinted to that, and sort of the sort of past that the place I'm from is. And I'd like to talk to you about. You guys have Guy Fawkes now. That's not a big thing where I'm from, where you basically celebrate the death of a man by burning things. Fair enough. By burning him again and again. Let him rest, you evil bastards. But like those bonfires. Has anyone heard of July the 12th here? Yeah? Yeah? Basically what this is, it's like St. Patrick, it's like in Northern Ireland, it's like St. Patrick's Day for the Protestants, except it's just basically got more fire. They build these massive, massive pyres, basically. And it's really just, it used to be quite a good festival, it used to be quite a sort of a very cultural thing. It's become quite very sectarian, unfortunately, which is a real shame. And you get these bonfires that, you know, spring up, and they're huge, massive, massive bonfires. And the communities get together, and they sort of, you know, pile sort of Republican things on their flags, and, you know, political posters and that kind of thing. And they burn them. They burn them in those communities. And I remember, I always go because it's interesting. And I saw a family, and this little 10-year-old kid, it was clearly his first time there. And he had like a big wooden thing, and I saw like them set the end of it on fire, and then this kid came over and he placed it on this bonfire, which ultimately represents just hatred, really, sectarian hatred. He placed it on there, you know, and I thought to myself, wow, this kid has been failed, you know. There's something clearly very, very wrong in our society when a child can just do this kind of thing. Because what he should have done, really, is got some paraffin on there or something, and really just put it in there, just to get that sweet, deep burn. I've been Michael Dodds, long live Lancaster. I'm not a sectarian, I promise you. I heard at least one Irish accent in the bar, who I'm sure is in the audience. Please. Anyway, good night.
One more time for Mr. Michael Dodds! Right then, we've been into the deepest recesses of my mind. Time to explore Patrick's. I don't know, do you want to come up for this bit, or would you like to? I don't know. Yeah, I'll come and sit with you. I'll sit here, just near. That's fair enough. Right, you'd like to pick the first one, go on. Remember, what was your dream again? Describe it.
Yellow opera glasses, jagged nose, postman hat desk.
That's the summary at the beginning.
Postman hat guy is Patrick himself. The big nose is his insecurities. The opera glasses are my desire to be a little more cultured. The yellow is custard or some shit.
Culture indeed. Next one.
Postman Pat has a jaundice.
A jaundice? I mean, I'm not sciencey. I'm sure jaundice isn't like an object. No.
LSD is a hell of a drug.
I am mixed enough.
Yellow is the colour of bananas.
Is that just someone in the audience who's discovered bananas are actually yellow? Overcome their colour blindness. God, bananas are yellow!
They spelled it the American way. An imposter.
The Americans. Very good.
Don't go to the opera. It is crap.
I don't know if this is sort of like comments on your dream with wise words.
Listen to too much Coldplay. It was all yellow.
Yeah.
Something to do with penis-related things, probably.
Probably, I
that's a definite diagnosis there. We'll come back to that one. Very Freudian, yes.
I had a dream where I could fly, but I only used it to check stock for a large shipping yard. Interesting question. Although being chased is typically a sign of fear, the yellow symbolises hopefulness and happiness, indicating Patrick wants to be caught. Maybe he is in love with his childhood postman, or is he postman Pat himself?
Like the last answer we got this evening was the one that explored it the most. It gave us the most definitive answer. Yeah, so essentially, I'm just insane, and Patrick loves his postman. That's what we've learned. Thanks for that, Patrick. Give him a round of applause, please. Thank you. And with that, it's time to go on our last act. Give him a round of applause for him. Come on. Let's get a cheers going. Okay, please welcome to the stage everybody's pal, Mr. Dave Duncan.
Hello. Are you all having a nice time? I have no idea why I'm speaking like this, by the way. I'm having a great day. My dream, by the way, is a world where everyone is happy and gets along. I'm fucking kidding. I want a new bike. I'm going to share other people. I've got places to be. Right. So I'm going to talk to you tonight about like jobs. Yeah, jobs. We're all going to get jobs. We go to university, or if you don't get a job, I'll probably just ignore you in a few years on the street. So, when I was little, right, when I was like yay big, yeah, I wanted to grow up to be Pikachu. We understand the concept of a Pikachu, right? Small thing, right, yellow, shoots electricity at its face. Did they ever establish it? Probably not, but at the moment, technology has yet to grant me the ability to be Pikachu. So I'm doing an English degree. It's not as good. I mean, like Pikachu, right? Pikachu just said his name over and over again, that was his thing. But in English you have to know about like 10 words. I mean, I wish I could do like an essay where I just wrote Dave, and then got a sweet first. But the world is cruel. I'm going to talk to some of you now. Don't be scared. Hello, sir.
Hello.
What's your name?
Henry.
Hello, Henry. We've met before. Anyway, hey, Henry. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a train driver.
A train driver? Really?
Yeah.
Like, not real trains, or like Tom's the Tank Engine trains, because they were ghoulish.
Tom's the Tank Engine.
No, they were horrible, Henry. They had these big faces that were never explained. Was it witchcraft? Was it just a mistake of science? All I know is I wouldn't like walk, in front of one of them because they would fucking eat you. Anyway, Henry, what job do you want to do now? What's your degree first? Natural sciences. That's not train. Anyway, continue. And what job do you think you're going to get after uni?
I want to go to brewing.
I'm going to get into brewing. Again, not the best. There's not really a correlation there, is there? Unless that's how they came up with Tom's the Tank Engine. But, oh fuck, just come back from the pub. What should I do with my job working in children's television? Freakish train men. Done! £50,000 at the BBC. Shit ton of paper on this stage. You. Sorry, that's really aggressive. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Liam.
Hello, Liam. What did you want to be when you were little? What did you want to grow up to be?
I wanted to be a policeman.
You want to be a policeman? That's a very noble, so that's more noble than a train driver. It's a very noble profession. Was there a lot of reason that you wanted to do it?
No, I like Batman, I think.
You liked Batman. Batman wasn't a policeman. He worked outside the law. He was the knight. He wanted to be the knight. And what's your degree now?
Law.
Law. You're getting there. And what jobs are you going to get after this?
I want to be a lawyer.
Yeah. I mean, not really as good as a policeman, is it? They're policemen are on the beat. The most exciting bits of Law and Order are when the police are there. I'm going to shake up the lawyer. I'm going to talk to a third person, since everyone's, we just pick on the front crowd. I'm going to look at you. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. What did you want to grow up to be?
A doctor.
You really hesitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wanted to be a doctor. Again, helpful jobs, Henry. Yeah. And what's your degree now?
Economics.
Right, I feel you've strayed just loads. And what job do you think you're going to get?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, so Andrew's got nothing for me. Thanks, mate. Anyway.